You have a superpower your ancestors would have worshipped you for. It's on your wall. You walk into a dark room, you touch it, and the sun comes back. Night defeated instantly. But for over 300,000 years, your kind didn't have that. When the sun went down, it stayed down. 14 hours of darkness every single night with nothing to do and nowhere to be. So what did they do with all that time? The answer is stranger, and honestly, more beautiful than you'd think. And it might explain why you are the way you are. Let me tell you, from up here in my tree, where the nights are still long and dark. First, you have to throw away your idea of night. To you, night is just the little gap between your evening and your morning. A few hours of screens, then sleep, then an alarm. But to an ancient human, night was a huge, empty ocean of time. Think about it. No electric light. When that sun dropped below the horizon, the world simply switched off. You couldn't work. You couldn't travel, not safely. You couldn't hunt, not usually. For roughly half of your entire existence, your ancestors were trapped in the dark, together, with hours and hours to fill. And what they chose to do in those hours quietly built the human mind. It all revolves around one thing, the fire. We've talked before about how fire kept the predators away. But tonight, I want you to see the fire differently, not as a weapon, as the world's first living room. Because once your ancestors could make fire, sometime around 1 million years ago, something completely new appeared on planet Earth. A warm, glowing circle of light in the darkness that a group of creatures could gather around. And that circle changed the nature of time itself. It took those dead, useless, terrifying hours after sunset and turned them into something no animal had ever had before. Leisure, free time, hours that weren't about survival, but about each other. So gather around my fire and let me show you what they actually did. Number 1, they talked. But not the way they talked in daylight. There's a fascinating piece of research on this. An anthropologist spent years with a group of hunter-gatherers and did something clever. She recorded what people talked about during the day and what they talked about at night, around the fire. And the difference was staggering. In the daytime, the talk was practical and often grumpy. Complaints, arguments, who did what, land, food, gossip, conflict. The boring business of staying alive. But at night it transformed. Around 80% of the nighttime conversations were something else entirely. Stories. That's the secret. When the sun went down and the fire came up, your ancestors stopped talking about the day and started telling stories. Tales of people far away, of ancestors long dead, of spirits and animals that talked, and heroes, and the beginning of the world. The firelight did something to the human voice. It turned chatter into myth. And this quiet nightly ritual may be one of the most important things your species ever did. Because those stories weren't just entertainment. Around that fire, night after night, your ancestors were downloading an entire culture into each other. How to behave, who your people are, what's right and wrong, what happens when you die. A child sitting at that fire wasn't just being entertained. They were being programmed with everything it meant to be human. The fire was your species' first school, first church, and first cinema. All at once. And it only opened at night. Number 2, they looked up. Here's something you almost never do, and they did every single night. They looked at the sky. You live under a dome of light pollution and a roof. You can maybe see a handful of stars, and you don't care. But your ancestors, sitting in the dark, had the most spectacular sight in the universe, blazing over their heads every clear night. Thousands upon thousands of stars, the glowing river of the Milky Way, planets wandering slowly across the seasons. And they didn't just admire it, they used it, staring up into that sky, night after night, generation after generation. They began to notice patterns, that some stars move and some don't. That certain groups rise at certain times of year, telling you when the rains will come, when to move, when the herds return. They drew pictures in the stars, connected them into animals and hunters and gods, and hung their stories up there in the dark. Your ancestors, sitting around a fire with nothing but time, invented astronomy, the first science. Not in a laboratory, in the dark, staring upward, wondering. Number 4, they made the darkness sacred. Because here's the thing about night. In the dark, the imagination runs wild. When you can't see clearly, every sound is a question. Every shadow could be something. And your ancestors, sitting in that pool of firelight, with the vast unknown pressing in all around them, filled that darkness with meaning. The night became the home of spirits, of the dead, of gods and monsters. It was when dreams came, and to most ancient peoples, dreams were not random. They were messages, visitations, journeys to another world. So night became the sacred time, the time for ritual, for ceremony, for painting on cave walls by flickering torchlight, deep underground. Think about that. Some of the oldest art your species ever made is hidden deep in caves, meant to be seen by firelight, in the dark. The night wasn't just empty time to survive. It was the doorway to the entire spiritual world. Everything you might call religion, or magic, or myth, was born in that darkness, around that fire, in the long hours after the sun went down. So let's come back to you and your magic wall switch. When you flick on that light, you think you're just turning on a lamp, but you're doing something your ancestors could never do. You are abolishing the night, and you've gained a lot for it. More hours to work, to read, to do. But I want you to understand what got quietly lost in all that light. The long, shared darkness that made your ancestors sit close together and tell the stories that built human culture. The black, star-filled sky that gave birth to science. The calm dreaming hour in the middle of the night that belonged to no one but yourself. The sacred dark where imagination and myth were born. Your species became who you are in the dark, around a fire, for 300,000 years. The light is new, the dark made you. Me? I'll take the old way. A dark night, a bright sky, and nothing to do but watch the stars wheel overhead and think my slow ape thoughts. You should try it sometime. Turn off the wall. Sit in the dark. Your ancestors are in there. And if you want to know about the fire itself, the single invention that started all of this the day my cousins first captured a flame, click the video right there. But not tonight. Tonight, just look up. I'll be watching the same sky.